And there we are. The ready has been called, and we're about to get into it on board with Xander to begin. Who is going to make his way to top water and thinks better of it, as he will see two of the enemy and none of his friends. Gonna patiently choose his moment. There's the shout through with rockets doing a great deal of damage, and will be able to survive as well. Zombie and Exist make it happen. And that's 3 frags already.
Very interesting push. And the timing on it, as you said, was very good in a way that they were already fighting his teammates, so he could have freely pushed and done at least 200 unreturned damage. Unfortunately, they turned around. They did more damage to him than he did to them, but luckily survived and is going to be waiting for that one moment where he can push them again.
Is doing slow, gets a nice rocket. Zombie, no fear apparently, though, just pushes on in, and it's Dewey left last alive. Needs to hit something here to make use of the Siphinator. Gets struck down. It's Zombie to take the final frag, and round 1 goes the way of Checks Notes.
I mean, what could do
Edgy Children?
You know what I mean? What could he do? Nothing. He was stuck in one place where he had 3 players firing at him. The only thing he could have probably done is try to rocket jump out of there.
Yeah, I guess so. We're watching him now as it's a decidedly slower round. But these teams, they seem to almost have it's almost like an American football or CS quality to their play, where they're making real defined pushes all at once. They're waiting and then they're biting. Dewey left sort of in no man's land, has to get the damage done, but Exist is going to take him down, and it doesn't look too difficult for him. Effortless fighting as well, but 41 HP. Zombie collects, and so far so good for the Checks Notes Edgy Children.
If you do pay attention to what Edgy Children do, is they attack together and they try to separate Immortal Minds a lot, which they've been managing to do. I mean, look at this. One of the players from Edgy Children was left alone at the upper part of the map, and they knew that. They saw 2 players jump down. They knew the third one was still there, and they just killed him really quickly and then moved on to other targets. So we're seeing the repetition of what happened in the previous games for Immortal Minds. And hopefully, maybe on the go they can adjust, but given that they had all that time to fix that way of playing and they haven't, that's looking worrying for them.
Effortless going to get dropped. EDK left last alive in lower water. Can't quite make it happen. Going to get dropped by Zombie. And it's 2-0 for the Edgy Children.
2-0 like that. Those are the scores that, again, I did not expect, purely because I haven't seen that team Edgy Children play together. But looking at how they play as a team, it really does make them stand out from Immortal Minds. They really do play as a team, as a whole. And you can see Effortless just pushing on his own into 2 players. You shouldn't be really doing that. You are certainly walking into a trap.
You really are. EDK off the spawn, Exist, and his band of merry men healing in the corner. It's not a cowardly thing to do, it's a manly thing to do.
Very manly.
Probably.
As long as you hold each other's hands. Yeah.
That's it. There's lots of smoke everywhere, FaZe, because they hate casters.
Sure thing. And look, they did it again, just to spite us, of course.
You hate to see it. We're on board with Exist. Very passive at the moment, just daring Immortal Minds to push through, and I don't think they're going to.
No, I don't think they will push. I think Immortal Minds will be the one pushing. I'm certainly sure that Edgy Children are playing the better game of waiting for them to push. They understand that they want to do that, so they will just wait until that one moment.
Exist. Xander left alive. Xander Doing a decent job here, playing keep away. A lot of stack for Dewey, but Effortless and DDK pretty low. When Zombie comes back, we're looking at a very interesting game. For a second, may have been a little bit scary. You can see that was the first time Exist died all round. That's wild.
No, and he spawned instantly. This is the beauty of playing for 2 minutes and having one of your players not die at all. He can spawn straight away, and if the situation is that Immortal Minds could have had 2 players that were already on a timer, look, it's going to be an easy game for
like
Edgy Children.
DDK and Effortless especially have to be careful right now. Exist going to get caught out in this midfield though. We're on Dewey, who does have all the stack, and he's just waiting for the telly. Exist on the other side of it. Has to make a beeline for the midfield to find an engagement.
But I'm slightly worried that Dewey is not playing with his teammate that much. Effortless was left alone, while Dewey was 200 and 100 in the middle just trying to pincer people, while Effortless was taking all the damage for him. I'm not sure if that's the play.
Yeah, why do you think it is that these teams are playing quite so slow in comparison to the wipeout we've seen so far today?
I think both teams understand the value of their lives. But then, again, as I mentioned, the one major thing that stands out between those two teams, especially even though they play slow, one team knows when to stop playing aggressively, the other team doesn't. The team that doesn't know is Immortal Minds. I think they just push too much on their own, and that essentially gets them killed most of the time.
Well, we'll see if they can make this happen in the 3v2. Effortless and DDK, they're getting very low. Sander will fall. It's Egg Hunt. Exist left all alone, but with almost as much stack as his enemy team put together. The healing they're going on for Effortless and DDK means that if Zombie doesn't respawn soon, there's going to be an issue for Exist, who's caught out. Will take down DDK, though. Turns around, hits Dewey. Needs to fight up Effortless, though. The Siphonator just about keeping him alive, and it's 1v2 left for Zombie. This is a big moment as Immortal Minds have to be oh so careful. I'm not sure they have any healing left. Dewey getting huge damage on the plus back, though. And Zombie has to play it very carefully until, as has just happened, Xander respawns.
Xander should be definitely pushing those 2 players in. Trying to find them. They're so weak. One of them is dead. The only one guy left is just hiding away, making sure that he's not seen by Xander at all. It's 1 versus 2. 2 versus 2 now. Exist came back. It's going to be 2 versus 3 very soon. I'm not too sure what that team can do right now. They can potentially push, but again, it's DDK. He is the guy that has the full stack.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough. DDK sort of caught out here, though, in the 2v1. Rarely goes well. Dewey does manage to capitalize a little bit on the distraction, though, and now in the 1v1 with Xander. Xander just pulls away, peeks back out with his pincer, and with the Siphonator has now got up to a very similar stack. Going to charge through the smoke. Great rockets from Dewey, though, and Xander has to think better of it. I think both are going to go away and lick their wounds, but it's advantage Edgy Children as Zombie respawns.
I mean, like Xander doesn't he can die right now. It wouldn't be an issue. All it takes is for Dewey to stay longer a little bit. Effortless back in the game.
Spawn.
Look, it was a very messy exchange. If Xander would have hit Dewey at that point, he would have been dead, and that would be another round for Edgy Children. But look, don't count them out yet. Effortless, trying to sneak a little bit around the map. All he has to do right now is just wait for another second, and then DDK will be back with him. It's 3 versus 2, and I don't know what they can do right now.
Yeah, it's really slowing down to a snail's pace. It's 6 minutes and 30 seconds we've been in this wipeout round. That's pretty rare, I would say.
Longer than usual on this
Playing
one, for sure.
Yep. Oh, Exist getting so much damage done.
Look at the timer. Look at the timers for them to spawn.
Yeah.
This is it.
That can't be fun. just watching your boy get corralled and finally fragged. 3 plays, 0. It's looking good for the Edgy Children.
I agree, and you know, the more times you die, the longer the spawns increase. And at that point, Dewey didn't really have any chance versus 3 players. I was surprised that he kept on fighting for his life. He was stuck in the water. But look, you have to make what you are given, and this is the final point where Edgy Children, they have to score only 1 more point on a leaderboard in order to get into the second.
Yep, and so far, so good, as they will take down Dewey. Effortless left on almost nothing. Zombie will take a spill though. Exist is very low, so is Xander. I mean, this could get dodgy. Ooh, Exist is apparently safe though. And that means that we will see the respawns come out with 3v3 now, with a huge snack advantage though for Edgy Children.
Oh, definitely. I mean, 2 players have armors, whereas on the Immortal Minds, only 1 player has the armor, Dewey, and that's not even a full armor. You have to be very careful when it comes to engagements like this. You don't want to be dying if you don't have the armor.
Dewey coming out with the rockets, so
Dewey just making all the work happen.
Oh dear.
Wow. What a great
That
team.
came apart quickly.
Very quickly. This is what
We go from a
happens when you get
6-minute round to
stuck.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear. Alright, Dewey up top with the pincer has been the star of the show for Immortal Minds and continues with his rocket launcher. It just seems to do more damage than everyone else's. As, well, what does he think? He's using... Well, Dewey was famous for the Ranger Orb, right? That was his thing.
Okay. Yeah, Dewey was very good with Ranger Orb, so his Weebles and rockets can be very good too. But I like what Dewey did right there. Even though he died, he threw his heal Weeble, just in case one of his teammates might be there. So always make sure that even if you are about to die, just throw your heal Weeble, even if it's next to the enemy. Don't worry too much about it, just throw it, and it might help.
Zombie playing the plus back game ever so low. 3 seconds to live. Not gonna happen. Is this the comeback happening before our eyes? 2 rounds on the board for Immortal Minds. Ooh,
I mean, look,
the reverse sweep. Can they do it?
They're playing together finally. As you could see, they're killing them together. They're pushing together. It's exactly what they haven't been doing for the last couple of rounds, and now they're coming back into it.
They certainly are, and looking like a whole different team. Effortless gonna pick off Exist. Zombie getting slightly harassed here. Very good on the plus back, so getting some damage done and now able to link up to Exist.
Yeah, it's fun to see DDK trying to push a zombie and trying to hit 2 pixel rails. It didn't work out, but hey, it's made for an effort.
That's all you can ask for is the effort. The results, they come and go.
Mm-hmm.
Zombie. DDK up on high.
DDK trying to look for the player. Seems very slow,
Very
which is
quiet.
a good thing. Yeah. But with being quiet, you can catch people out like that on the battle area. You can easily get that 1 pin, or you can even get a hammer frag, which I was hoping to see, but
mate.
that didn't work out well, did it?
That's gone horribly, let's be honest. Just a little bit. I know, he saw red, and he went around that corner, and then bad things happen,
Boink.
friends. Terrible things.
And look, don't go around the corners without checking them first.
Don't, no. You gotta be careful. Always watch both ways when you cross the road as well, children. Dewey gonna take down Zombie from behind, setting up a little bit of a crossfire with his team. Getting a healing Weeble thrown at him as well. That's lovely stuff. The only thing is the stack disadvantage. I'm so worried for Immortal Minds. Oh, Zombie in the back, gonna take down Dewey. Effortless left, last alive with the Siphonator, making it happen with the shaft. Oh, so much damage. Exist falls. Effortless with a miracle play to keep his team in this.
Oh, look, Man's gonna do what he's gotta do, healing up slowly. I'm not too sure why Dewey is separating so much. Maybe Effortless is telling him to, but a separation at this point is not very smart. You don't want to be singled out again. You don't want to come across two players. They're finally together again. Dewey just goes away into the trap of enemies. I'm pretty sure he just ate 100 to his face. Gotta be very careful with that, and you don't want to be engaging 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3.
Effortless gonna hit the pincer, and now him and Dewey, I think, trying to make a call where to go. Do they go together? Do they go separately? A little bit of communication going on there, but DDK doubles up, and it's all left to Xander, who's in the crosshairs of Effortless. 12 seconds he has to stay alive. This is so hard. We'll get one frag though. Siphonator doing its job. Can't hit anything though. Effortless pushes in, and there's the round. Is it the reverse sweep? 3-3. Immortal Minds.
I'm thinking the reverse sweep is just happening right now in front of our eyes. And the unfortunate use of rockets trying to land that 100 rocket. That didn't work out in his favor, and unfortunately, or fortunately for Immortal Minds, the round went to them.
Yeah. I feel like there were real moments where they were in danger. If I feel Edgy Children had taken the initiative when there was such a stat disadvantage to push. But instead, they played it, I think, too passively. And it's going to cost them. They need to win this round to take this map that looked oh so certain for them. And bear in mind, it is their pick. DDK, though, doubling up again. Xander falls! 4-3 reverse sweep.
Reverse sweep. I mean, look, if you probably look at the stats of Effortless, Dewey, DDK, they were doing so much damage and they were actually hitting a lot of shots. They weren't hitting the first one, the second one, the third one. But when the third one came and finished, that's when they started really hitting. It was the pincer combination from Dewey. It was the Effortless pincer as well. Then DDK with his shaft place. It really worked out well in their favor. And it's very important to notice that once they warm up enough that they start hitting things, they can become a very, very dangerous team.
That is a shocking turn of events. The Edgy Children get their pick once more. We're going to Icefall for Extinction. Phase. I mean, that was quite a map you saw, and I'm excited to see more from these two teams. DDK, the star player, there 6k damage on the board. Hopefully, he can translate that form onto the map Icefall. Interesting as well, because he had 70 ping, whereas everyone else was on about 25 or 30. The star player, the one with the higher ping. Who would have thought it?
But look, this is a complete different game mode. I'm pretty sure both teams will be doing very well on this. It's going to be very interesting. DDK, Effortless, Dewey, Xander, Exist, Zombie. It's going to be one of those matchups where both teams are definitely going to be hitting their shots. It's the matter of, are you going to be playing well together? Are you going to be showing on items together? Are you going to be giving up the items to the enemy? Those 3 things, 4 things are going to be, they're going to break or make this call line right here. What do you think?
I think shockingly little, FaZe, I think is the truth. I really do just get by on my good looks.
Oh, at least you got that going for you.
Of course. Of course. I think we'll have to see. Is the answer, as it always is, here on Icefall. Red for Xander. To stream. Yeah. There we go. Exist is the man you're watching now with the pincer up on high. Slow Evil out, getting the damage onto Dewey. Effortless will take down Zombie though, and he'll double up. Goodbye, Exist. Your first
but it was
life
a really good effort by Exist, trying to hit all the shots look, he almost hit all of them. Unfortunately, they didn't end up making a life from that, but it was a great effort by him. Right now, they need to maybe slow down a tiny bit. They're playing a little bit too fast. I understand they just came back from Wipeout, so they will have to lower down the pace, which might take a round, might take two. So we will be probably seeing a lot of high pace action right now. In time, it should slow down, and teams will be making a lot more of slower pace plays.
Assist, not hitting what he needs to. Effortless DDK as well. Getting so much done. It's Dewey with a Vindicator though. They're looking deadly in Extinction. I mean, the momentum all in their court right now. 4-3, the reverse sweep. Now, immediately, 6 lives, plays 1. Xander, you gotta be careful, my friend. You gotta be a little bit more careful than that.
Yeah, so this is where the pace comes from. It's people trying to readjust. Not much Xander could have done there. That was the best he could have done. He got pushed from almost 3 people. All you can do is hope that they all miss at the same time. Unfortunately, that didn't happen for him. But look, amazing grenades coming from him. That was great.
That was superb. Dewey can try and make it happen with the MG. Effortless tag teams exist with him. And a little bit more even of a start here, but it is Effortless continuing to get the job done, not just a job. Doing so much damage, so many frags. Xander tries to answer. But at the moment, it's all Effortless
so far,
all
Xander
the time, and he will be the life leader.
I think that his answer was so far great. Sure, he's on 1 life, but he's been hitting, he's been killing. Dewey already lost all his lives. It's down to Effortless and DDK versus the entire Edgy Children team.
Enemy Vanguard.
3 lives for Effortless. Xander on the power-up, though, and this could be dangerous. Interesting to see a fairly even spread of lives. That... Oh, how do you play around that if you're 1-1-1 phase?
Well, it really depends if you are the player who can aim all and you go for the items. It's a very sticky situation, you may say, because there isn't a one way to play it. It really depends on what happens around your surrounding. So again, I would play it on the items. I would try to make sure that the team has the items, and let the rest just unfold.
Seems to be working out okay for the Edgy Children, but they're unable to make a dent into that 3 life lead that Effortless has. He's going to take down Xander. Zombie, meanwhile, fighting with DDK. Xander's there to back him up, but he will take his fill, and that's him left with the final life for Edgy Children, and going to get pincered off the back by
Amazing pincers from DDK.
Amazing, absolutely, and he's doing so much work for his team in this map and the last. Effortless has had a pretty easy job this round being the life leader, but now he needs to come up trump. Needs to hit Zombie, can't quite make it happen, and will be giving away 1 of his 3 lives finally. And 2,
Can't make it
just
happen,
like that. Oh,
but
no.
I have to. Wow, I still have to applaud DDK on, even though he had 2 targets in front of him, he was still trying to hit Zombie, which takes a lot of composure from a player to focus on the player that matters the most.
Yeah. Okay. Vanguard coming up. We're on board with Xander. We'll get the frag over onto DDK. Zombie left just this 1 life and a paltry amount of HP. Does have a lot of armor. Would love to use the HP over here, and you would love to put that on the Vanguard carrying Xander, but instead it has to go to Zombie just to keep him alive. It's being
Which was a good
escorted
call
now
by Xander. I'm pretty sure Xander made the call out.
No.
Wow. Yeah, Xander 100% made the call out. Look, the health bubbles for you. I've got the armor. You got the armor. I'll take the. I won't take it away from you. You can take it, and that way they made sure that they could secure the frag.
6 rounds in a row across the 2 maps for Immortal Minds, who are trying to make their name a reality We're on board now with Zombie. We'll be getting some decent damage done, and the frag on DDK, and playing central. Setting up for this next red, and a proactive position. Not just sitting on the item, waiting for it, but really trying to scope out where the enemy could come from and stop any possible ingress. But unfortunately, has to back away a little bit too much. Nephilis is on that red. Is going to be very low, but with the shaft, Effortless makes it happen. Left with just 4 HP, knocked down by Exist. And DDK takes him. We're going back to Effortless at the Mega.
It was a very good decision by Zombie to back away. He knew that he didn't really have the chance as there was 2 players coming in. His best bet was make some damage, do some more damage, escape the room, go for the Mega. That was his best bet at that point.
Enemy Siphonator.
Xander will be on the Siphonator. And a very dangerous man he could be indeed. Mega health as well. Not going to be able to snack past that with the Siphonator, but we'll be staying at a level 200, I believe. Very dangerous man right now. It's Effortless, the only one left with lives, and not a lot of stack. Red for Xander. 2 lives in the bank. Power up. Red and Mega. I feel like this man can just do no wrong at this point.
Not wrong, and as you can see, he even hit a double pincer, which doesn't usually happen. Right now, there you go. The team got completely eliminated. They had so much stack in that team. They had so much control over the entire map. Not much Immortal Minds could have done about that, really.
Yeah, and it's great play from Xander as well, cycling those items so well. And we're going to be following him into this round as well. Finally, the streak has been put to an end. Immortal Minds from the reverse sweep, and then looking like they're going to sweep Extinction as well. Finally put to an end. Xander hits a great rail. Dropped by DDK though.
No, but it's still a great effort for him. 2 good kills that hopefully will potentially secure the round for them as a team.
Yeah, it could probably be the case. On board with DDK right now is gonna spell his blood runneth over. We're going to set up for the Vindicators soon. Trying to relive his Quake World glory days, I think, with those grenades. Zombie going to be looking for the red, but that's Vindy up, and nobody there to collect just yet. Xander's on it! 2 rails, but Effortless knocks him down. And he'll have the power up now, and they need it desperately. Dewey left with 1 HP. But Zombie as well. Effortless going to kill himself past the DDK. Yeah.
It's very important to not only he secured 2 frags or 3 frags if I'm not mistaken. He did manage to give away the power up to DDK, who can now try and find the last player, Zombie, who's hiding. DDK searching out. He needs to really kill 1 ghost in order to get the information where the last player is. They know it's not Shaft. It could be potentially in the Bricks area, or could it be on the Mega Health.
Could be. DDK as he tries to find Zombie. Instead, it's going to be Exist. 3 on the board there for Team Immortal Minds. Not one that they're very proud of. DDK still trying to attack, and you can see Zombie ever so low. Exist has to body block. But can he make it happen? No. Zombie saves himself. 225's blue as well. More health. And I think the call might be Zombie's low, go get him, but he's not anymore. And this could get very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't see Dewey surviving that round, even though he had an alright position to be in. Everybody on Edgy Children's team had so much stack at that final point. You couldn't do much about that.
Not at all. It was all gravy, really, for that man last left alive. Walked in so much stack so quickly. We're on board with Xander right now. Effortless going to take himself down. Xander, tagged from the right side, and now in a very difficult position indeed. Stapinsa, so dangerous. He's living twinkle toes, Xander with the rocket and the
And
shotgun.
he's still managing
That's
to
a
get the
value
kill.
play right there.
Okay, Joe, I have a question for you at this point. Do you think like
Alright.
that Immortal Minds are potentially slowing the game down too much? Which gives
I'm gonna go
Edgy
a step
Children the
further.
pace?
I think they're choking.
Okay.
I think they are. Yeah, I think they're not going slow really because they want to. I just don't think that they're playing very cleanly in terms of calling. Okay, we need to attack this person in this position. I'm not seeing that coordination from them, and that's what was making them so deadly at the end of that wipeout game in the first couple of rounds here. But now it seems to be that the Edgy Children just have their number. Dewey will take down Xander, but I would say.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, even with Vanguard, you're going to get knocked down pretty quickly. Exist left with quite a lot of stack as well, and looks to be an easy frag on Dewey. Needs to avoid the rocket, so and he runs out of shaft. I'm surprised he didn't switch to something else there. Really quite conservative play, but I guess as the life leader you have to.
You have to, and now because of that, Edgy Children on 1 life, Immortal Minds on 2 lives is not looking good for Immortal Minds. If you look at the stack of each player, it's not that high, whereas on Edgy Children, everybody has a higher stack.
Apart from they don't now. Because Caster's Curse, you see, FaZe. You'll learn about it. It's a horrible thing. It makes you look like an idiot at every turn.
But still exists, the player with 1 life on Edgy Children is keeping the stack as high as he can, potentially dying right here. And again, Caster's Curse.
You hate to see it. The audience loves it though. Don't worry. The more we're wrong, the more they have a good time.
Perfect.
We're on board with DDK. So far, the damage leader for his team at 4.9k. Bit of a strange engagement there. Yep. All right, we'll move past that. Then it didn't happen. Effortless going to be taken down there, and nobody really able to get much of a stack together or get their team together. A lot of frags going down.
No. Yeah, both teams just brawling it out. Just comparing shafts with each other and rockets.
Ah, yes. The fabled shaft measuring contest. Sirius would be having a good time right now.
For sure.
Dewey,
Hey,
gonna make his way to the shaft. Is he trying to secure red?
Right now.
It is. Trying to secure
yeah.
red, or are they gonna go straight power up?
I'm not too sure. I
Must be
don't
power-
think the red would be the play.
Siphonator on with Dewey. Doesn't have a lot of HP though. Needs to hit something instead. He's just gonna wrap that Siphonator up and give it to Exist as a Christmas present, who is gonna make much better use of it than Dewey ever did.
I think Exist keeping the Mega for one of his teammates is a great play. Can keep them both secure, safe. If Xander didn't take that Mega, he would have probably died there, trading his life. As Exist doesn't really need or is in need of a Mega. He had the power up that was giving him enough life, and he could heal his teammates. So it was a great decision by them. All they have to do right now is make sure they find Dewey and Effortless. Dewey being the low health player on Immortal Minds is the target right now, and they're trying to find him.
Can they manage? Exist's going to take down DDK. A Ghost now, so it doesn't matter all that much, but here we are. We're just waiting, really, for a little bit of movement from either team. They're feeling each other out at the moment. Effortless. They'll find Exist, and here with the shaft makes the frag happen. Has to turn around, though. There's, I believe, Xander. And Effortless wants to keep his life. And I think
I feel
rightly
like both
so.
teams are trying to just see who's going to be the one to push first. They're really trying to play that long distance game until one player pushes, and then all the hell unleashes.
Pretty much, it's all about finding that moment to be aggressive. Effortless now, the sole life remaining. Immortal Minds going to be picking up a blue. And the Vindicator call is there. 5 seconds until it comes up. And this could be everything.
Yep, this is not looking good for Immortal Minds. Realistically, effortless, mid stack. He might not be able to do much versus Xandra and Exist, who's both have still 1 life. Currently healing up 1 life versus 1 life. Effortless being the player who needs to really be careful right now, not make any sound on the map.
Xander seriously needs to hold his own right now. Exist will help Zombie as well, chiming in. Effortless, the only person with a life, Exist fighting with the shaft. Here is 2 enemies, though he needs to hold on, but he can't.
Jeez.
4-2.
Great effort.